Pep Guardiola has signed a brand new contract extension at Manchester City. Vinicius Junior is getting his very own Netflix documentary. And a first look at the potential World Cup final 2034 stadium. Welcome to your daily football fix. Let's kick things off with the news that Genoa have appointed Patrick Vieira as their new head coach. They have got rid of their previous manager, and Vieira is back and going to Italy in order to take over. Thank you for the support on the recent videos, by the way. If you do enjoy them, make sure you like, subscribe for daily football fix news, and also leave some comments on your thoughts on some of the stories. Manchester United are reportedly interested in Christian Pulisic, alongside Liverpool and West Ham also having interest in the player. Pulisic having a fantastic season this year for AC Milan, following on from a very successful campaign last year, and in combination with a very good set of performances for the USMNT. And whilst that could be a realistic transfer, this one seems a little bit out there. Southampton have registered an interest in signing Real Madrid's Endrick on loan in January. The young superstar, maybe hyperstar, has got off to a decent start at Real Madrid, but of course his minutes are limited due to Rodrigo, Vinicius Junior, and the incoming Mbappe. So, will he have to go elsewhere in order to get some minutes? Maybe. It depends on what Ancelotti has in mind for him. There were rumours a few days ago of him signing for another La Liga team, potentially under the ownership of R9 Ronaldo. Southampton feels like a long shot, though. But more Real Madrid news, as Liverpool are hoping to make a move for Aurelien Tchouameni. They wanted him a few years ago and unfortunately missed out on him when he went to Real Madrid. They've also missed out on a few other targets, most importantly Jude Bellingham, who they also thought that they were potentially going to get with the links to Liverpool and Trent and everything. But he also went to Real Madrid as well. So apparently, when Real Madrid visit Anfield next week for the Champions League, Liverpool are set to enter talks, and they really want Tchouameni, who isn't starting every single game for Real Madrid, and so may potentially be open to a move with some of the other midfielders coming through at the Spanish Giants. Premier League clubs fear that the semi-automated offside technology may not even be introduced into the top flight this season. Testing on the system continues, and the initial report was that it wouldn't be ready for the beginning of the season, but it would come in by the end of 2024 after one of the international breaks. This now appears to not be the case, and apparently may not even be in before the end of May. This is crazy how they delayed incorporating the system into the league by a year or two, and now it might not even be ready for a full season when there's already been contentious decisions, especially with offsides. This just, once again, seems to be showing the incompetence at the top level in the Premier League. Morgan Rogers has signed a contract extension with Aston Villa until the year 2030. The youngster has put up some incredible and impressive numbers so far for Villa this season, and he has just shone through in a team that have got into the Champions League. They're showing some really good form, and they've got a very good squad. He has burst through and has become one of their most exciting players to watch week in, week out. Very well deserved. Goal, we reported recently, showed off their 10 best goalkeepers of the 21st century. Now they have talked about their 10 best Premier League players. So from 10th to 1st, let me know your thoughts on whether you agree with this. They've gone David Silva at 10th, Cristiano Ronaldo at 9th, Patrick Vieira in 8th, Mohamed Salah in 7th, Frank Lampard in 6th, Gerrard in 5th, De Bruyne 4th, Wayne Rooney 3rd, Paul Scholes all the way up in 2nd place, and Thierry Henry as numero uno. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been urged to turn down a move to Real Madrid next summer and extend his Liverpool contract. He's less than 2 months away from being able to speak freely to foreign clubs about pre-contract agreements, but Liverpool are desperate to keep him at the club. Real Madrid have been hotly interested in him for a long while now, and he is one of their #1 priority targets this summer, alongside Alphonso Davies on the other flank at fullback. This would be a massive signing for Real Madrid, once again signing a player with a huge name, probably on huge wages, but for zero transfer fee. Vinicius Junior has a documentary about his life and career so far. At the age of 24, he is already getting a documentary. It seems very, very fitting that the end of this documentary was supposed to be the culmination of everything he's done in his career, leading up to him winning the Ballon d'Or. However, of course, Rodri ended up winning that award, and so it's going to be intriguing to see how this documentary ends. It is coming to Netflix in 2025. You feel like there is going to be many documentaries around the likes of Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, but maybe towards the end of their careers in 10, 15 years' time. Very odd to see one when he's only 24. Fresh details have been revealed about Saudi Arabia's King Salman Stadium, which is set to accommodate over 92,000 football fans and will potentially host the 2034 World Cup final. This is incredible. It looks phenomenal. The surrounding areas, the way that they link up with these openings in the stadium, look amazing, and the interior renders look fantastic as well. If this does happen, this is going to be a World Cup final worthy stadium. And the final story today is a major one. Pep Guardiola has agreed a new one-year contract as Manchester City manager, with an option of an additional 12 months on top. This will commit him to more than a decade at Manchester City, which is unheard of right now. In the modern game, managers do not last this long at clubs, especially the biggest ones, when there is so much money involved. But when you are in the GOAT conversation for manager, it is understandable that the club is going to do everything that it can to keep you there. We reported in the last few days there are many, many talks about them hoping that he would sign this extension over the international break. And funnily enough, on this day a few years ago is when he signed a different contract extension. So maybe he likes this time of year, and maybe it is when he feels like he can fully commit. But Pep Guardiola staying at Manchester City, you have to feel sorry for every other team in the league, because it's suddenly just going to keep getting difficult. Even if they don't win the league this season, which they're not looking quite as good, maybe this is the news that the players needed for them to bounce back, maybe win it this year. If not, they'll probably win it next year. But that is it for today's football fix. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'll see you tomorrow.